Pyros and Crips all got along. They probably gun me down by the end of the song. Seem like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, 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 yak.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Drunkview, an NTMA production. Today, we saw the film Den of Thieves. So Aidan, what's the plot of Den of Thieves?
Den of Thieves is a heist movie. On one side you got Gerard Butler as the cop, and he's trying to stop the heists, and he's an asshole. And on the other side you got a gang of heist people led by 50 Cent. And,
50 Cent and Ice Cube Jr. are the only two black people
50 Cent, Ice Cube Jr., Russian gangster-looking guy,
who's
and a bunch of unimportant people.
He was a Marine, and then there's the fat Hawaiian guy.
Oh, and he was a Samoan. They talked about that a little bit.
Yeah,
which is mildly
Islander,
Pacific Islander.
Yep.
I'm gonna take this shot quick. It's gross.
Alright, go ahead.
And the gist of their plan is that they're gonna steal from the Federal Reserve branch in Los Angeles as their final big heist, their money shot heist, if you will. And so they execute their plan while being hunted by Gerard Butler, and Ice Cube's son is the getaway driver. O'Shea Jackson Jr. is the getaway driver, and everyone else has their part in the heist. And they steal all the money, and then spoilers, they do the usual suspects twist where it turns out that Ice Cube's son was the mastermind the whole time, but he pretended to be a pussy so that the cops wouldn't suspect him, just like in The Usual Suspects. Or wait, yeah,
he was the mastermind, but no one else.
just like Kevin Spacey, except that he didn't kick off the leg brace at the end.
Yeah.
So Connor, what do you think of Den of Thieves?
Den of Thieves was mediocre. Wasn't bad necessarily. There was a lot of missed opportunities, and the movie got kind of jumbled and confusing oftentimes. The movie started off incredibly strong. I thought that first heist was kind of strange. But it was badass. I thought at first it started really fast paced. Then we really started to slow down for the last hour. It was like, we're gonna do this. And then we're not informed of the plan, but they have all these side plans, and there's supposed to be these little twists that were it was pretty easy to call a lot of the twists in this movie. Ice Cube Jr. was basically the middleman between the police and the gangsters. He was caught in the middle, but at the end of the day, he ended up being the mastermind the whole time. He was fooling everybody. He was the ultimate con man. Okay. And, the core plot was alright. There was a bunch of unnecessary stuff in this movie, like Kevin Spacey had all these scenes with his wife. Gerard Butler, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought Kevin Spacey. Gerard Butler had all these scenes with his wife where it was like, I'm with my wife and she's divorcing me, so I'm gonna act like an asshole about it. Then you think it'll pay off, but it's not really mentioned for the last 45 minutes of the film. And all these scenes are long.
All the Gerard Butler
it's
stuff. It's
not like they were short little scenes that were trying to basically set up this dude's character, because I think they were added because he seems like the hero. He's a rough cop, and you like him in the same way you'll like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon type of deal, where, as a cop, it makes no sense that he's in the police force because he's killed so many fucking people.
In real life, he's a bad cop, but in the movie universe,
he's a badass cop. And they're like, well, we don't want to look like we're sympathizing with the cops, so
we gotta make him look
like an asshole. And then the wife leaves him immediately, which I don't know if they were making his wife a bitch-ass hoe is the idea, or if I don't fucking know what they were going for, but it was just to make him look like a dick, which otherwise Yeah, he was a tough cop. He was kind of an asshole, but he was a lovable asshole cop that was a movie cop. He was killing people, you know, in the same way like Samurai Cop would just kill everybody with no regard for anything. That was the type of cop he was, and it was cool in the movie for us as the audience. But, you know, they pointlessly made him an asshole, and it's like, okay. Then there was another pointless scene where they go to 50 Cent's house and we meet 50 Cent's wife and daughter and her boyfriend's coming over, and then they like, the gang intimidates the boyfriend as like a comic relief scene, which is weird because otherwise the gang was pretty serious. I think that was also
it's like the anti because they wanted the bank robbers to look like good guys because the bank robbers look like assholes.
What they wanted to do is they wanted to humanize the bank robbers who look like assholes the entire time because they fucking are, even though they had like the no killing rule of conduct, which still doesn't make
they had the no killing rule of conduct
towards citizens.
In like Ocean's 11, you know, all the characters are likable and they are kind of like goofballs and they don't hurt people. At the start of this movie, we see all our main characters gun down 3 security guards in cold blood. Like just doing their job.
Yeah, it's like as long as you're not in uniform. It's like those security guard truck drivers do not deserve to get shot down because they're in uniform. You know, like I get how you might do like we're against the cops for some reason. But the security guards are doing absolutely nothing.
Those guys making $14 an hour just stopping for donuts.
Stopping for donuts, picking up cash at Walmart and the casinos and shit. And they're like, okay, those people deserve to die, but no citizens. Then there's this pointless scene with 50 Cent, and 50 Cent doesn't talk at all in the fucking movie. He follows around, presumably because I don't know if he was a producer or something. I wasn't paying attention to the credits. Or if he was just in there for name recognition appeal, because other than him and O'Shea Jackson and obviously Gerard Butler, there wasn't a ton of name recognition in there, which is fine. I didn't mind his character being there, and everybody acted okay, but the scene was just out of nowhere, never mentioned again. You humanize the guy so that there's the one scene when he's shot where he's like, I'm down, and like a tear drops his eye and they're playing sad violin music. I'm like, all I seen this guy do is fucking kill people. Yeah, there was the pointless comic relief scene, but the rest of the movie's taken pretty seriously. If anybody has a couple comic relief scenes, it's Gerard Butler, kind of says some quippy stuff, but not hugely. This movie's otherwise pretty serious, so you just have that one scene that's like, well, that was fucking retarded. And then Ice Cube Jr.'s plan has Palpatine problems, which is where his plan is fucking genius if everything goes approximately right. They have the first heist, and he's not planning it. His plan is to plan around them and basically manipulate people. So first he gets called out as a snitch, and they hold a gun in his face, and he manages to de-escalate the situation. What if the guy fucking killed him? There you go. End of movie right there. 2, you have the scene where he gets arrested, but he knows he's not going to get arrested because Gerard Butler hangs out with strippers in a hotel room or something. So he knows he's not going to get arrested. It's just part of his plan, bro. And there's all these moments, and then so the bank robbery has to go perfectly. This team that he only knows from hearing them brag at a bar about how good of robbers they are, and he wants to manipulate them into breaking into the fucking the fucking reserve of California, which has never been successfully broken into, according to the movie. I don't know in real life, probably not. But it's just like you look at all these things, and it's like, how the fuck did that plan work? It has the Palpatine problem. But, I mean, as it's a good heist movie, it's got the basic, like, it's not like a new twist. So, will I suck its dick for the twist? No, because a lot of heist movies have done similar twists. So it's not like it's reinventing the wheel here. So that was all kind of weird. But otherwise, you know, the acting overall, like, Gerard Butler, I thought, did a really good job. Ice Cube Jr. did a solid job. He's a good actor, from what I've seen him in this and Straight Outta Compton. And no one was particularly like bad where I was laughing. Even like 50 Cent, he doesn't talk much, but he gets the job done. Anybody could have played that part. Some dude off the side of the street could have played that fucking part. I could have played that part because all he does is stands there with his arms crossed. He's a ripped dude with name recognition that stands there and does nothing. So I get why they put him in the movie. It makes total fucking sense. So that was alright. all in all, my biggest problem with the movie isn't that it's necessarily bad. The acting's okay. It's shot pretty good. The film's plans were like, these guys are fucking crazy. The twist kind of makes a lot of things fall apart and has me scratching my head. But I thought Gerard Butler was pretty enjoyable. And other than that, if the pacing was just the same consistent fun the first like half hour of the movie was, then we would have had a better movie. But all in all, it was alright. So Aidan, what did you think of this movie?
It's mediocre. You look at it, and there's some things it does right, but the biggest problem is caring about the characters. You know, Ice Cube's kid, O'Shea Jackson Jr., he's a whiny little bitch the whole time, and you're supposed to care about him because he has the most screen time, but it's like, bleh. Gerard Butler is the character I like the most. I mean, if you cut out all the scenes where he's mean to his wife, even though, you know, those scenes were all basically pointless waste of time, but even in those scenes, Gerard Butler just kind of seemed like a sad, lonely man.
Yeah, and the second one, he was kind of being a drunk idiot. I will give him that, so he looked like kind of a douche there. But the first scene, I mean, yeah, he cheated on his wife for strippers that we never seen, were never mentioned before, and never mentioned again. We never really learned what happened there. But at the same time, she was kind of being a bitch and being like, you can't see your kids, so you still got to feel sympathetic.
Yeah, but then they even do that third scene where he sees his daughter at the school, and it makes you feel even more bad for him. And it's not like, you know, he goes over the line as far as real police work is concerned, but in a movie, you're like, this guy's just like a badass cop. You want to see him succeed more than you want to see the other people succeed. 50 Cent is the closest thing to another character. Well, actually, the Russianish guy, the one you're supposed to think is the leader, kind of had a character of being a guy who wants to rob a bank and threatens to murder a guy because he thinks he's a snitch. And 50 Cent is the same way. The likability is just out of whack. You should be, you know, Ocean's 11 works because the characters are fun and you care about them. This movie doesn't work as well because you want the cops to succeed. I wish that they had gone into more detail about the heist plan, either before or during, instead of doing all the Gerard Butler cutaways, because the plan was very complex, and while I understood it, I think laying it out better and maybe sectioning it off with explanations would have made it flow better. I mean, that's how a lot of heist movies do it, and there's a reason for that. It's because you're watching people put a plan into play in real time that has a lot of moving parts. And I think that's generally why the genre uses that. Let's see. It was shot decently. I'm glad they didn't do too much like contemporary rap music. I was kind of afraid they'd go that way.
Yeah, they didn't really have any of them in the film.
Because
the trailer was the
Mad
City, yeah.
And I was afraid the whole movie would be like that and make it kind of tacky. And
well, I figured every time there would be like the fucking chase scenes and shit, they would put on like Kendrick Lamar and shit. Which, to be fair, you know, it depends how contemporary they went. If they went with something like a Kendrick Lamar, which will probably age a little bit better than like
Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang, yeah. If they put fucking Gucci in Gang there, that'd be a little embarrassing, but I don't think 50 Cent would be down with that. But I do like that they didn't do that, because I feel like with Ice Cube's son and 50 Cent, you got that kind of, you kind of got that thing where you watch it and it would feel kind of tacky because it's like these rappers. I think 50 Cent wanted to do what Ice Cube has been doing. I mean, 50 Cent's been in movies, but nothing really successful since his movie. I don't know if it was named after Get Rich or Die Trying, but that one that came around the same time.
That was called Bulletproof?
Bulletproof or something. That was what that PS2 game was, but I don't know if the PS2 game was in adaptation. Whatever. 50 Cent had the movie back in the day that was pretty successful, but I think he's trying to get into acting more.
Did you see that article?
Kind of like Ice Cube or something.
50 Cent wants to make another video game and he wants it to be a superhero game starring himself.
That would be fucking weird. You would need a lot of money. The problem is this isn't the PS2 era. You can't just get anybody. You can't just whip a video game together off a few million. It's like $100 million now.
But anyway, back to the movie. Shot well. Action was fine. Nothing special, but it was fine. I liked the heist section. Both the first heist that they did and the second heist I thought were good.
Yeah.
I think the second heist went on too long when they went to the first bank, and that part could have either been shortened or cut entirely, and just had them get into the Federal Reserve a different way, because that was the more interesting part, especially with Ice Cube in the box and stuff.
I got it as a red herring, but they also didn't really effectively explain how that was a good distraction, because we don't see like cops.
They just cut to them in the bank.
They
and then
blow
the
up
cops
the
all
thing,
show
and the
up.
cops are like, "Fuck the hostages, we're going in." They go in and instantly see the sewer. You'd think the cops would hop down the sewer, or even better, send a fuckload of dogs down the sewer. Fucking have cops going towards all the manholes. I mean, this was a serious hostage situation, but they were able to easily get away, hop in the car, get to the Federal Reserve, and really, there were like 10 cop cars there, and they were in the middle of California. How many cops were they distracting? Pretty much just Gerard Butler's unit and the FBI guy, the one FBI guy. I mean, there's plenty of cops to pull their ass down. And really, with their plan, they could have done that with or without distracting the cops. And the cops still got there at a reasonable enough time, even though it was slower than real life.
It was pretty unnecessary. And lastly, as far as story elements go, I thought Ice Cube being the leader was going to play out a little differently. I expected that he would just play both sides and not be the leader. Like, I kind of had this thought in my head the whole time that he would like put the money in a different garbage bin or something, and then he would go get it later once the cops...
I didn't think he was the leader too. I thought he was just
going to swindle
everybody.
I thought it was going to be like they wouldn't get the money and the cops would arrest them, but they would let Ice Cube go because they promised, and then he would come back for the money later.
Or then it would be like the next shot, fucking Gerard Butler would be sitting there. I almost said Kevin Spacey again. Gerard Butler would be sitting there and he'd be like, "We caught the bad guys," and then cut away to like Ice Cube Jr. in Hawaii, and he's like, "Another martini, please." And he's got 2 hot babes on his arm, so that's what I kind of thought would happen.
I think that him being the leader the whole time, him being the villain the whole time, twist is a little overplayed nowadays. I mean, I already brought up The Usual Suspects, but there's tons and tons of examples where the good guy was the bad guy all along, the head honcho, the mastermind, the arms crossed, evil villain. I thought that was a little bit tacky and unnecessary. I get that they wanted to set up a sequel or something. I don't know.
I think if they wanted to do a twist, what they should have done is like the bank heist is almost over. Maybe like 50 Cent shoots the main guy and says, "I am the captain now," or something like that, because I don't know. It's hard to make a new twist that's actually effective to surprise people at this point.
But this movie didn't even really need a twist. I get that it led into the final action scene, but you could have just had them go through the heist, and then Ice Cube is just like one of the only people who survives, and he gets more money or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
I felt like this movie's core demographic too was a lot of black people, which I'm just gonna say because of the cast.
Yeah,
a lot
like
of
primary.
Well, I mean, yeah, they pushed 50 Cent a lot. They pushed Ice Cube a lot. They put it in California. Ice Cube Jr., I should say. And I'm not saying this like that it's not supposed to be enjoyable for white people, but I think the demographic they were trying to pull in that demographic a lot, and maybe they assumed that black people hadn't seen the twist as much because they don't watch as much movies, statistically speaking. That's the only reason I can imagine they do the same twist again. I'm trying to rationalize it.
Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
But they did the same shit twist every time. Every time, I should say.
It's nice to see heist movies. There aren't a lot of them anymore.
Tower Heist, 2011.
Baby Driver was kind of a heist movie.
Baby Driver, yeah, I mean, it kind of collapsed from that. It started. And it did kind of remind me of Baby Driver for a minute there.
We have Ocean's 8 coming up this year.
Every time, bro.
All female Ocean's 11.
Here's the
Soft
problem.
reboot.
I don't mind. No, it's a sequel because Matt Damon's coming back.
I know, it's a soft reboot though, because Matt Damon's a side character and
Yeah, I suppose.
George Clooney's character's dead.
Same universe.
The movie starts with them visiting
Get
George
your fucking
Clooney's
hands out
grave.
your eyes. What are you doing?
Just thinking
Wait, when did
about-
George Clooney die?
Not in real life, his character.
No, in the movies.
No, he dies between the movies, and then they go visit his grave, and they're like, "We're gonna respect your legacy by doing an all-female
because they wanted
version of
George
your movie."
Clooney back, and then he's like, absolutely not.
Yeah, but Matt Damon came back because he was.
I knew George Clooney wasn't dead in real life. George Clooney is famous for not doing movies, but for some reason he's still one of the most famous people because tabloids.
But anyway,
But
Ocean's 8.
the problem with Ocean's 8, random side note, isn't fundamentally Ocean's 8, although it's kind of a dumb idea. The problem is Hollywood keeps trying to push these fucking all-women movies. And there's all-men movies, but here's the problem. I don't mind females. I wouldn't even mind an all-female movie. The problem is they toss it in your fucking face. They're like, all-female movies, female pride. And it's like, so your marketing's going to be focused on that. Your money's going to be going into bitching about that. You're going to call anybody who doesn't like it haters, and you're literally lining yourself up for another fucking Ghostbusters. They don't focus on making a good movie. They're trying to sell it on a fucking gimmick and use a big name to use it. It's the Ghostbusters argument, and it's bullshit. That's all I had to say. Maybe it'll be good. Prove me fucking wrong, but I don't know.
Anyway, now that interruptions are down.
That was 30 seconds. I talked about it less than you did.
Okay. Anyway. Shot well, fine action, good acting. Overall, you know, it's probably not mediocre looking at it from an objective standpoint. I'd say it's decent, maybe a little bit above average, but as far as it goes, it doesn't do anything original and doesn't really warrant praise for that, because it's just kind of a run-of-the-mill heist movie, and there's just not enough interesting things going on. It's pretty much Ocean's 11 black people version, and it's, you know, it's whatever. It's fine enough. It's just unoriginal. I mean, Connor, would you recommend Den of Thieves?
I would not recommend Den of Thieves. I say this a lot. I say it pretty much every review. But I would recommend it if...
You have like 7-minute recommendations where you just re-review the movie again. And you're like, maybe.
I would recommend... I want to give... I don't re-review the movie. Sometimes I'll put it in side notes I forgot. But I tend to like to give my recommendations actual thought. So just be like, yeah. Then sitting there, then looking at me, and then smiling. And I have to do something like, bye! Because I'm like on the fucking video. Alright. Let's just go again. Because I'm cutting this crap out. Stop tapping your fucking fingers like you're a fucking retard. Just ask me again.
Would you recommend Den of Thieves?
Yes, I would recommend Den of Thieves if you are interested in the actors, if you want to watch a heist movie, but don't go in expecting it to be some excellent movie. It's just kind of a way to blow 2 hours, but it's okay enough. So Aidan, would you recommend this movie?
I was thinking about yes, but I'm probably just gonna say no. You know, there's dozens and dozens of heist movies you can watch that are better than this, and there are movies that do the same twist better than this. You know, I guess if you had to watch anything that came out in this wonderful month of January, I would pick this over Proud Mary or Insidious or A Dog's Purpose 2 or God's Not Dead 3. But no, I don't think I'd recommend this on a general level. So anyway, that was our review of Den of Thieves in our den of alcoholism. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, Like, comment, rate. We have a contest going on right now, kind of going on right now. In the future, you just once we hit 500 subscribers, and you're subscribed. Subscribed. You comment below, say I want Disaster Artist, and you get a custom T-shirt, NTMA Productions, and a copy of
Sharpie.
A copy of Greg Sestero's book, The Disaster Artist, with a movie based on it. So anyway, stay tuned for that in 7 or 8 months when we hit 500 subscribers.
Hopefully less time.
And thank you for
Probably
watching.
not. It's a shame, dude. We gained like 150 subscribers in 1 month, but then we started getting fucked. We finally broke out of the -1 subscribers in the last 28 days. We're at now 0 subscribers in the last 28 days.
The audiences are fickle.
Yeah, dude.
We gotta
went from
gain
80
520 more to make money.
What do you mean 520 more?
You have to hit 1,000 subscribers to be monetized.
We only need to do 600 more, really. 603 more subscribers.
Oh yeah, I did the math wrong.
Very wrong. Stop with that. That's not saying that they're you fucking autist. Alright, well let's get that. Let's go.
Yeah.
So cringy.
Us being the trailer.